But now the house of lies is collapsing. The question is, will enough people wake up before they force the next generation into an even more aggressive AI-driven biomedical control grid? At this point, the crimes against humanity are getting so blatantly exposed that the usual media gaslighting isn't cutting it anymore. It's not working. The cracks are showing. Mainstream news, yes, even those sellouts, are now openly asking, wait, what if all these heart attacks, these strokes, and turbo cancers are actually linked to the COVID vaccines? Mainstream news, it's just mind-blowing that they would say that. That's right, the same networks that spent years screeching, safe and effective, are suddenly like, hey, so about those excess deaths, it's like the narrative is spiraling out of control. And when that happens, there's only one option left: a distraction so massive, so shocking that nobody will ever talk about this again. And that's where false flags come in. You think they're going to let this discussion gain traction? No chance in hell. It's about time for another big one, okay? Something so explosive, literally, that it hijacks every headline, dominates every news cycle, and sends every terrified citizen running back under their blankets, begging Big Daddy government to save them. That's where you get Hillary Clinton on the phone like, listen, we need to blow up Manhattan. They're onto us. Because that's actually how these things work, Too much attention on their crimes against humanity, and they blow something up, cause something to go haywire. Everyone focuses on big explosion, aliens, UFOs. It's always that. The moment they lose control of the narrative, boom, something major happens. A war, a terrorist attack, financial collapse, anything to reset the clock and wipe inconvenient truths from public memory. The DICs know this vaccine fallout isn't going away. They forced billions of people into an experimental injection, covered up the side effects, and gaslit everyone who noticed. Now the bodies are piling up, young, healthy, people dropping dead at unprecedented rates, and they can't keep blaming climate change, okay? Or too much exercise forever. The illusion is crumbling, and when the truth gets too big to suppress, the next level, fear operation, is right around the corner. The only question is, what's it going to be this time? Let's check this out. A former CIA agent says this. CIA veteran Robert David Steele says all terrorism is false flag terrorism. You heard that right.
Our own security services. Now, I have no direct access in England, but I will tell you that here in the United States, every single terrorist incident we have had has been a false flag or has been an informant pushed on by the FBI. In fact, we now have citizens taking out restraining orders against FBI informants that are trying to incite terrorism. We've become a lunatic asylum.
We've become a lunatic asylum. You heard that right. He says all terrorism within the United States and, of course, elsewhere is false flag terrorism. Okay? Let that one sink in. Speaking of government corruption, nice segue, because as if that's not all I talk about here. But hey, let's talk about something super normal and not at all terrifying. Border czar Tom